Well, we love featuring artists you should know about on the show, and this morning we're heading to Australia to chat with award-winning singer-songwriter Jase Lansky. Jase is based out of Queensland. His debut album, Rip It Up, was released in 2017. He's working on a follow-up called Hella Good Time that's going to be released this year. He just released a brand new single called East Tennessee, and we're stoked to have Jase Lansky on the show with us. First, Jase, thanks so much for coming on.
Hey, good morning, Jeff, and good morning, KIX 96.5. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, Jase, well, we got to thank him for staying up because it's 11 o'clock at night right now in Australia?
It is in this state, yeah. In Queensland, it's 11 o'clock. In New South Wales, it's 12 o'clock. So, but no, all good, man. I'm a muso, so we're up to all sorts of hours. So.
Wow. Well, you played in different bands, but you got rolling in 2016. You're not 25 years old, Jase. So what happened to get you into a solo career?
Sure. I originally come from Tasmania and started music down there and ended up playing in alternative bands and writing songs for alternative music and stations and so forth. And I was in the United States back in 2015 and sort of fell in love with the music from Nashville. We went to Nashville for a little while and I just fell in love with the whole dynamic of the country music scene over there, and it just changed all my music, my whole genre. It just changed everything, my writing style, and I've been writing songs around that ever since. So I sort of came back to Australia and spent 12 months in Australia just writing, with a plan to go back to Nashville and record over there, which we did 12 months later. So I lived in Nashville for a while, and we recorded over there with Stacey Hogan, and that was the Rip It Up album, and we brought it back here to Australia and released that. And it's been going buster since then. So been having a good time doing it as well, let me tell you.
Yeah. I mean, wow, you go from like an alt-rocker, alternative rock guy to country, and it's all because of Nashville, or is it the storytelling? Is it getting older? What do you think it was?
Well, I got to tell you, I sort of love all genres of music, but I love this style of music because the songs that I write, they actually tell a story. They tell my story. So, yeah. Whereas with alternative music, I was sort of telling a part of a story, but it wasn't sort of all about me. It was like all different concepts within the story. But with country music, I can actually tell a story that's from the heart, and I know about it, and I've lived it. So that's what I love about country, and just the style, and and there's so many dynamics within country music nowadays. It's just not one style of country. So there's a whole lot of range that I really enjoy, going back to your George Straits right through to I love people like Morgan Wallen and so forth. So Jason Aldean's probably one of my favorite artists. So
yeah, country is the most wide open genre right now. It's crazy. I mean, you said you lived in Nashville for 12 months. Where did you stay?
We lived across the road from the Bicentennial Park. Absolutely loved it there. I think it was called, I can't even think what it's called, but it was across the road from the farmers market there in Nashville. And it was fantastic because it was like a 4-minute Uber ride down to Broadway. And wow. Yeah, we loved living there, and it was just spent that time just writing and recording, and met so many nice people over there. I actually joined the Nashville Songwriters Association over there. And I've got to tell you, man, that was so good to me. I rocked up there one Thursday night as the only Australian there, and I'm thinking, man, what are they going to do to me? But I've got to tell you, that was so helpful and so friendly, and really taught me how to write and patronise my music, and just gave me so many good ideas and concepts of how to get into the writing style of country music, or modern country music, and helped me so much, and I so appreciate it. And even when I came back to Australia, I promote Nashville Songwriters Association so much for any up-and-coming artists over here that are looking to go to Nashville. Just a great experience.
Yeah, they had to love you with your Australian accent. They probably ate that up, Jase.
It was weird. It was so weird. Like my best buddy over there that we met, he's from way down south, and when him and I talk together, it's like on the phone when I'm in Australia and I talk to him on the phone, it's like the weirdest conversation you ever have. Like he's having trouble understanding me, and I have trouble understanding him, but we seem to get through it all right. But when I was living in Nashville, we sort of understood each other pretty well. But and that was really cool. And I'm looking forward to we actually heading back to Nashville later in the year. So I'm looking forward to catching up with everyone and writing more tracks and doing a bit more recording over there with a few other people.
Yeah. We're chatting with Jase Lansky. Go check him out, jaselansky.com, or go to jaselansky.com.au because he is an Australian artist. He's on Facebook, Instagram. Go to YouTube. Check out all of his stuff. His latest single, East Tennessee, is out now. Well, you mentioned it, Jase. You're originally from Tasmania. Well, congratulations. You were the finalist in the Tasmanian Country Music Awards. That had to make you feel good.
I was, yeah, it was pretty good, especially my first year of being in country music. So, and in Tasmania, they have a really big country following in Tasmania. They love their music down there, love their country music, and so I was really pleased to be a part of that. And so I got to go back there and perform for their event, and at the they have a big casino down there, so that was really awesome. So we got to go down there and catch up with family and friends down there as well, because I don't get to go home very often because I live on the Gold Coast, which is it's about a 3-hour flight from where I live now to Hobart itself. Wow. But so I don't get to go home very often. So it's nice to get there every now and again.
Yeah, and to get recognized. Well, you're in like your home studio. What is this house you're renovating? How is this going, Jase?
Yeah, well, I'm renovating our home because we are, as I was saying, we're going back to Nashville towards the end of the year, so I want to renovate the house so it's all nice and prepped up for when we do take off. So I just don't want to have my house run down. We had a few major storms here over the last couple of months here in Queensland because we get some wild ones. But so I spent a lot of time just on the off season and just renovating the house, and it's come up really good. So I'm pretty happy with it. My wife's pretty happy with it as well. So a little bit more to do, but we'll get there. So it all takes time. She doesn't have to keep reminding me every day. So that all gets
Yeah. Jase, this room's not done yet. Come on, get on it.
There's a little bit more to go.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned your wife. You guys like to travel around Australia, and you call it caravan, but you're like camping in a fifth wheel or in a camper trailer, and you just got a new one. Where were you at this water park recently?
Yeah, that was up at we got the new van, so we thought we'd take it for a test run, and it wasn't far from where we live now. I just wanted to take it for a test run just to make sure everything worked. So I didn't want to get way out west because it's a long way. Like I drive, we can get 7-8 hours somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and get out there and find out we haven't got everything for the caravan would be pretty awkward. So we took this one for a little test run, just wasn't too far from home. Spent the weekend there, and they had this mad water park. It's like I didn't even know about it. It's like that was pretty exciting. So we tested the van out. The van was great, and the water park was even better. So I was happy both ways.
Yeah. Now you're set for your next adventure. One of your last songs or your last single, Beach Time. When you live in Australia, do you have to have a song about the beach? It seems like the last couple Australian artists we've had. I mean, I know you're living there, but and the video's amazing. But where did Beach Time come from?
I've sort of inspired by the American style of songs along those lines. But where I live is pretty much right on the beach. Like I live on the Gold Coast, which is sort of like your Florida area. So similar styles of cities. And our beach is like 10 minutes from our house here, so we get to go and see it a fair bit. And Beach Time itself is just I wrote that as a tribute to all those songs out there that in America where they've got all their beach songs, and Jimmy Buffett and all those sorts of people. So, and I loved writing that song because it's just a good feel-good song, and it makes you want to go and have a good time. So hopefully you guys will pick it up over your summer because it's a summer song. So, and I know a bunch of stations are over there playing it at the moment, so which is I really appreciate.
Yeah, it's getting play all over the world. It's a great song, Beach Time. Where did you film the video? Is that right outside your house, or is that on the coast there?
Well, it is. We did actually film that on the coast. Normally, like with a lot of my other videos, we sort of go different places, like down to New South Wales, out west, to do a lot of filming. But we thought we'd do this one home, so it wasn't too far to go. And we've got some of the best beaches in Australia here on the Gold Coast, so we thought we'd utilise that. Just happened to be like one of the crappiest days here on the Gold Coast that I think I've ever seen. So, and we had this mad super yacht that we'd hired and utilised that, and that was for the film clip. And that was pretty cool. But it was just a windy, rainy day. And I went, of all days, like, God damn it. So, but we got through it, so which is good. And the video clip came up really well.
Yeah, go to YouTube and check out Beach Time by Jase Lansky. Go and check him out. It's jaselansky.com or .com.au because he is in Australia. Go and follow him. He's on Facebook, Instagram. His latest single, East Tennessee, is out now. Well, let's talk about East Tennessee. It's a song that you don't take for granted what's in front of you, Jase. Tell us how this song came about.
That's it. I wrote this song. It's a metaphor, but I actually wrote this song about. Again, I always tell stories in my songs, and this is another story. This is like a love lost sort of story, and in a quick scenario, guy meets girl. Guy decides to go to the bar with his girl, and or decides to meet her at the bar with his girl. She's rocked up at the bar. He decides not to turn up because he's got something better to do, not thinking that she won't be too concerned. While she's sitting there at the bar, she thinks that her boyfriend doesn't really like her that much, and she meets this other guy that's been checking her out all night at the bar, and he just happens to be from East Tennessee. So the song's called East Tennessee, and it's all about him. That if you snooze, you lose. So you got to take what you've got and don't let it go. So just make the most of everything, and don't take anything for granted. So that's what the song's pretty much about. But I wrote this song. I started writing this song on my piano here at home, and it just built from there. And it's being picked up by so many stations around the world at the moment. So again, so appreciative of the support you guys provide, and I really hope you enjoy the song. But I loved writing it. I just had such a good time writing this song.
Yeah, I love the song. First time I heard it, I was like, wow, this is awesome. What's the vocal at the beginning? Where did you come up with that? Like your vocal technique at the beginning of the song?
My studio that I use when I do my vocals down there, he says the same thing. He just lets me do my own thing. He's like, just do what you do. So I honestly don't know. It's just the way that I feel for songs. It's like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's just, I just was a feeling when I was writing, and I thought, yeah, I can fit this in right here and see how it comes out. So every song's an experiment. So it just depends how it comes out at the end of the day. So.
Where did you record it? Are you recording in Australia?
Beg your pardon?
Who's producing it? Is it somebody in Australia?
Yeah, a buddy of mine named Scott Watman. He's on the Gold Coast here as well. He's got a studio down at a place called Burleigh called The Recording Room. He's done probably like my last 6 singles.
Oh, wow.
And I use, so I do a lot of pre-recording here in my studio at home, and then get our session musos involved with your guys in America as well. So I deal with a lot of guys in America as well. So a lot of the music that I write is American-based, and then we produce it and then master it here in Australia. So it's a big involvement. So again, doing that, I get to meet so many different people around the world, or in America, between America and here. So, and they seem to enjoy my music as well and enjoy playing on my songs, so which is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned you're heading back to Nashville because your next goal is to finish the Hella Good Time album. When are we heading back to Nashville, or what are we thinking?
We're thinking September. So I want to get over there for a few months in September. Finish the album before I go, though, but I want to get over there and write some, as I was saying earlier, I've got some buddies over there that are just mad musos, and so I'm keen to get over there and do some co-writes with them and see what we come up with, and just do some recording while I'm there as well, just so I've got something for next year. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to getting back there, and I absolutely love Nashville. I love that area. I got to spend a bit of time, as you know, I got to spend a bit of time around there. So we actually travelled around through there as well while we were living there, and I cannot wait to get back there. So it's been a little while. So I was there, I was living there in 2017, and I'm keen to get back. But even then, when I was over, we actually got to come to you guys for a while. I was not quite near you guys, but just on the next border, I think, in a little town called Rapid City in South Dakota.
Oh, wow. So you're coming to Rapid?
Yeah, I wasn't too far from you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's a couple hours away, but right in our area anyway. You've been teasing your next song is called Home. Can you tell us anything about this song? Is this about Tasmania? Is this about growing up? What is this?
Yeah, I wrote this song because I spend so much time away from home, and especially in Tasmania. Like, all my family and friends all live in Tasmania, and I left there quite a while ago, and I don't get to go home a lot because I'm either playing or I'm travelling or recording, so I don't get to go home a lot. And I was just sort of kicking back in my studio the other week and was mucking around on my piano, and I just started sort of reminiscing about growing up back home in Hobart. And when you're a young kid, and you're playing with your street kid friends, and everyone's roaming around, and no one comes home until the lights start flickering in the streets, and sort of one of those songs. And I started writing this song called Home, and it expanded. So we're about to record that on Friday. I'm about to do the vocals on that. We've done all the music for it, so I'm about to do the vocals for that on Friday. So hopefully I'll have that finished in the next few weeks. So that's another one I'd love to send you guys, but it's a heartfelt song. So I'm hoping it'll take off pretty well.
Yeah, and if you go check out Jase's social media, you might be able to help him out on the video as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
go and check that out. Go and follow him, Jase Lansky. It's JaseLansky.com. He's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. His latest single, East Tennessee, is out now, and you're going to hear it right now. Jase, thanks so much for coming on.
Jeff, thank you very much for having me. KIX 96.5, thank you so much for having me, and have a fantastic morning, guys. And I can't wait to get over there and catch up with everybody.
There he is. Jase Lansky. It's East Tennessee. It's KIX 96.